All right, I'm back. Hopefully this is right. Doesn't look like it. So let me copy this. Paste this. Paste. Delete this one. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
Howdy.
There you are. All right. You're back.
Yeah, let's see if anybody else
now
can
it's
jump
switching.
in.
Okay. But nobody's here. There's 3 watching now. All right. Right. Back into it. But now I'm lagging. Are you freaking kidding me? I can't believe it. Now it's lagging.
Oh.
What?
Your mom is home.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She got home last night.
I know. I talked to her last night. I told you that. All right. Still lagging. Just beautiful. Why we're lagging now.
Yeah, Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law.
Oh,
you know
my
how
God.
that
Is it
is.
going to be one of them days, Don?
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, it's still lagging. Is it lagging for you?
Not really.
No. Can you see the screen? Is it lagging?
Not really. It's switching back and forth.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, because on mine it's lagging. So, all right.
So
Sweet.
yeah, and I'm watching it with my private channel too.
And it's not lagging there?
No.
All right. Then it's just me lagging.
Yeah, let's hope we can get everybody back.
Yeah. No, and they'll come back slowly.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still lagging.
Hey, Walter's here. Good morning, Walter. How you doing, buddy?
Left. I'm going to open this one up. See if this one here. This one here is freaking lagging too.
Yeah, and Scaldas is with us. Nice.
Working fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm lagging. I can't see it, but I can see the chat.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you're going to have to get a new computer.
No.
With a little bit more power.
It's just being stupid today. My guy's got to come over anyways, so one of these days.
Oh, yeah. And Jake is back.
Don't cross the streams. I'm not crossing streams.
No, we're not going to walk over any water. We're not Jesus.
Just post a Hangout link in Discord and copy it. Okay.
Did you do
That's
that?
where I was going right now anyways. Come on. I'm trying to get it up right now. Well, yeah, that sounded really good, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Discord.
The link in chat, is that the one from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my computer's being stupid, Don. All right, now that's working. I quit lagging there. Come on, you stupid thing. Just do one thing after another, man.
I hear you. Well, I hope everything works good for me tomorrow.
There we go. There we go.
I have no desire having to stop and start, stop and stop.
No, I don't either, so. I don't know if you're on mine, Skulda, but otherwise I'll put it in Walter's too.
Country, grab it from Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I got it in both mine. And hey, Mom, good morning. There's Mom.
Hey, good morning, madam.
I got it in both Walter's and mine, so.
Okay.
If you want to join in, Red Light, he hasn't stopped in and said hi yet. Here's Matrix.
Hey, Walter.
Morning, Walter.
Good morning.
Good morning here.
Time for your break, or are you going to work?
I've been at work for the last 4 hours.
Wow. Nice.
I got to work this morning about 5:15 or so.
Hey.
What's up there, Ricky Tanner?
Yeah, Ricky's back.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried clicking on your link in the chat, but every time I do, it tries to get me to install the app, which is already installed. So if you don't post it on Discord, I can't open the link.
Well, I always posted in Discord. I just hadn't got there yet with the new stream.
Yep.
How's
we
that
go.
working? Hey,
There we go.
Walter.
The whole
What
thing.
furry stuff? What, Mom? On my printers? Nothing.
That white fun.
I have nothing on my printers right now. That's what you're seeing is just that's glue actually on my printer up here.
Is that Walter that's on there? Hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. Colin jumped in and he left. What happened? He saw me and left. There it is.
He was said he had something he was working on, or that he was having to go in and out or something.
There he is.
There he
Collins? He's here.
I had some kind of a failure there.
I figured I'd just run you off.
Nah, well, there is always that possibility. You early morning guys, yeah, these piss me off to no end. They make me feel like a horrible human being.
See that one, Walter? That vase?
I just get intimidated by his wiseness.
Yeah, right.
By whose wiseness? My wise ass?
Yeah, there you go, Walter.
I'm intimidated by his wit.
Yes, very much. Oh, I have to agree with that.
The gift of gab, right?
Clever man.
I do have the gift of gab. I guess I could talk a while.
Yeah. I've been getting it, and you learn to talk to yourself a lot too, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Uh-huh. Even when you're not live streaming or something,
Yeah.
My wife's always, who are you talking to? Nobody, just myself, I guess.
If you can't talk to yourself, who can you talk to?
Yep, it's the answering back to the problem.
It's really funny here at work because I'm so used to working from home, and I talk to myself all the time while I'm programming. Like, you dumbass, you know that's not going to work. So I do it here as well. And they'll ask me, they're like, who are you talking to? Like, what, are you guilty of being a dumbass? So you think about you?
I could just see Walter over there in a cube just having a conversation with himself.
I do.
Yeah, just think about it. Wanda's sitting there. Yeah, you asshole! Why are you doing that?
Right.
And all of a sudden, 5 people come over to him and say, "Who are you talking to?"
Well, you're all assholes, so I guess I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Olivia.
Hey, man, I resemble that remark.
I hear you.
But yeah, it is a challenge going from working at home, working, around, in empty rooms to working in cubicles around other humans.
Yeah.
It does take an adjustment.
It is. It is an adjustment.
How, Walter? Speaking of that, how is that? How's the? I mean, I know you love your job and it's a good job. How's it all going?
Oh, it's going good, man. It's going good. I don't know. I write code. I go home.
So, what are the opportunities for working from home in the future?
Well, that every now and again, maybe.
So I've got that same thing. I can work from home once a week.
Well, no, it's not even that. They don't want a set schedule working from home. They're actually trying to move away from work from home, which to me is kind of stupid. But that's what the company itself is trying to do. And the reason is because it takes a lot to manage yourself working from home, to actually get work done.
It's not a skill the vast majority have either. So that playing the odds, they could just say, no, people can't do it.
Well, but the thing is, everybody wants to do it. Not everybody can do it. So the people that can't get kind of mad when they let people that can.
Correct.
So those people ruin it for everybody else.
Oh man, that doesn't sound good at all.
No, it happens quite a bit with my place as well. It's a matter of different managers will allow for people to work from home, and then there's other managers that won't, and different job titles that can work from home more easily so people get upset. It's a whole everybody should be treated the same. Well, not everybody's jobs are the same.
Well, not only just not their jobs the same, not everybody themselves personally,
Yeah.
because you have to be good at time management to work from home, because if not, you end up wasting a whole lot of time
Yeah.
because it's so easy to get wrapped up in something else, like, morning coffee or something like that.
Yeah.
You would never do that, Walter.
No.
Never end up with a
The thing about
15-hour day.
The manager that I was working for while doing morning coffee and all that, he's the one that actually recommended me to come to work where I'm at now.
That's good.
And if that division hadn't have gotten bought out, I would have got to work for him full time and would have still been working at home like I was before.
It does make a difference. You can see the difference in, gas, time, the amount of time, and stuff like that when you do work from home. I agree with that. I do feel that I like coming into the office at least a couple times a week because you interact with some people at a greater level, I feel.
Well, and that's true, and that's great. If you had meetings a couple times a week, then that would be fine. But for me personally, I get more work done at home because I can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm working 5 minutes later. I don't have to get up and go outside and take a break. I don't have to do any of that. My lunch breaks consist of me sitting in front of my desk.
Right. Exactly, because you can eat at your desk, and
Right.
all you do is you go in the kitchen, make your food, and come right back.
Right. And not only that, this new truck I got, it gets 18 miles to the gallon, and I live, it's about 52 miles from my office.
Ouch.
So 104 miles a day, I'm driving, getting 18 miles to the gallon.
I can definitely see where that hurts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because now I'm spending, $80 a week on gas, $90 a week on gas, where before I wasn't spending that.
Yeah.
Plus then, because I'm lazy and don't make my lunch to bring, then you got to take a break, go eat
I
lunch.
wouldn't know anything about the lunch ish thing either, Walter.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
So, it's just, and then coming outside for breaks to vape and all that stuff and chat with you guys and stuff like that. It's just, it's a time suck coming in here.
It sounds like it'd be a good idea if you would get a electric car, Walter.
Yeah.
Well, you're also talking about a big chunk of change from an electric car.
Yeah.
You gotta get what you can, what you can find.
Yeah, and all the tax
I
incentives are pretty much gone.
2014 F-150. I probably could have got a Prius for a hell of a lot less.
Really?
Oh yeah, Prius down here. You can get a friggin' I could have got a 2014 Prius for about $9,000.
Oh hell, up here that would cost almost double.
Oh shit. They're so prevalent. If you go to what is it? I think it's Tampa Bay or Tampa Prius or something I forgot. Just look for cheap Priuses in Tampa. Yeah, you can actually buy a 2011 Prius for $4,000 or so.
Yeah, and then you got to spend $4,000 on batteries.
Well, normally the guy that sells them down there, he makes sure that at least the battery life on them is going to be at least a year or so. But me personally, I don't want to drive a Prius. I've driven a Prius and I don't like it. I don't like the vehicle.
I hear you, Walter. I hear you.
But anyway, I didn't mean to take up time from you guys' stream. I know
No,
y'all.
this is what it's all about, Walter. It's all about conversation, hanging out.
Yeah, but this is Mike Whaley's stream. This ain't mine.
Not the
Yeah,
but
we're
what?
shooting the shit though. There's nothing. We don't have a topic.
Hey, that's nice that you joined. And you're welcome to join tomorrow.
I thought Ricky was on tomorrow.
No, Ricky's out of the house tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the stream tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. He's traveling to Missouri to go sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So I just found out that so we gotta go support Don tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that coming up this weekend, I'm hoping that we get to do the stream that is planned for the weekend. I can't tell you what it is because I was told not to, but I think it'll be awesome. Even though New York Maker Fair is going on,
I'll still watch it.
What time is it going to be, Walter?
well, that hasn't been nailed down, but it will be Sunday morning early.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Sunday
hoping,
morning?
yeah, it'll be an early morning Sunday stream. I'm hoping by 10-ish or so, no later than 10 my time.
Cool.
I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers.
Cool.
Kind of let me know because I usually stream at I start usually around 8, but I can start at 7 to be done by 10.
Well, and that, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Just let me know. Or let me know Saturday if you know.
It depends on
The involvement.
no incoming packages.
Okay. That was why I was said involvement. Kind of keep it vague.
Morning, Ron.
Good morning, Ron.
Morning, Ron.
Bag. Hello. I don't think he was in here earlier.
Hey, Walter, real quick, did you find an interview for tonight?
No, and I actually just called the fella again and left a message. It was Timothy Hooglin. 3D, and I can't see the chat. So if 3D Printing Trucker's back, he sent me his phone number, and I texted him a week ago and hadn't gotten a response. So I called him, hadn't gotten a response. So I called him again this morning and still haven't heard back from him. So,
I haven't seen him back in. He was all in Matrix's Discord.
yeah, I got you. But yeah, he was. Tim was actually, ready to be on here, and then he's not. And I had OKs to go from Angus and from 3D Maker Noob, and neither one of those have contacted me back. Joe contacted me back a couple times while he was moving. Nope, not time yet. Nope, not time yet. Well, it's been 2 months since he moved, and now he's not contacting me back at all.
Yeah,
I know he got a new job, right?
I know.
Do what?
He's just started doing videos again. I know.
Who, Joe?
Joe, 3D Maker Noob. Yeah, Andy got a full-time job, I heard.
Oh, I didn't know he got a full-time job.
Yeah, he had a full-time job, didn't he? Or no?
No,
Oh, no, that's right. No, I was thinking of somebody else. Never mind.
his print farm and his YouTube was his full-time job, but now he's got a full-time job on top of that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense, but he's still active on Twitter. He could still write me back and go, hey, man, it won't fit my schedule or something,
Well, yeah, that would be the proper thing for sure.
And somebody was talking to me about, well, those big YouTubers, they get so many tweets and so many messages on Twitter that it's hard to respond. Well, every time I have written Joel, within 5 hours, I've got a response back.
Well, Walter, I don't want to. I'm not trying to be negative towards Joel Telling at all because he's an awesome guy, but that might be because you are a larger YouTuber as well.
How am I a larger YouTuber?
You are well known. Even if you don't have the numbers that they have, you are well known. People know who Country is, and everybody loves Country.
No, they don't.
Hey, whatever, Maker. How's it going?
Not to.
I think. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, whatever Maker. Welcome to
Maker.
the channel.
I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna let y'all see my truck, but the the truck is over here, so it might be kind of noisy. The shredder truck.
Not to take away from the inflation of Walter's ego, it may also be just that Joel is a nice guy and he just actively gets back to people.
Yeah.
And you do it is here. Hello.
How's it going? You do it?
And of course, I had to put my own touches on the back.
Yeah,
Hey,
important.
that's nice. That is a very nice sticker there, buddy.
Yeah.
Then I got the
Isn't there some law against putting it right in the center of the window, though?
do what?
Is there one in the center of the back window, or did I get that wrong?
Because it's a sliding glass window,
Oh,
and it slides on the inside.
huh. Okay.
So and I use it quite often when I'm vaping. Instead of opening my driver's window
Yeah.
and not being able to hear, I open that sliding glass window and let it suck the smoke out the back.
And it's important to spread the scent throughout the car.
What's that?
Well, you have to spread the scent evenly throughout the car.
The tint?
The scent.
Oh yeah. Well, it's scented enough. Believe me. Whoever had it before I did, because it's a truck, smoked in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I don't know how many.
that can't be good for you because
Well,
being a
no.
previous smoker.
I don't know how many of you smoked before, but if you quit and you're like me, the smell of smoke sucks. I don't like it.
Right.
And not because it makes me want a cigarette. No, it makes me want to gag.
Uh-huh.
So, you know,
Yeah.
damn, it's hot. It's already hot out here.
What's the temperature down there today?
I think we're at 82 and 90% humidity right now.
Ouch.
That's rough.
That's
It's a beautiful day, though.
Yeah, it does look like you got some nice blue skies out today.
Well, until about 3 this afternoon, then it rains and quits again. But if I don't get an interview for tonight, I may actually open it up and just do a little call-in show tonight.
That'd be fun.
Or I may take the time and go ahead and print what I need for the show tomorrow night and just not do a show tonight.
I hear you.
So I did leave the TiVo printing today. It is printing.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had any prints going on it today and how well they were going. You watching it from work?
Yeah, it's up to about the waist high on the faceless version 2 that I'm printing.
Cool.
Are you doing a live stream private?
No, I'm not. I just set the camera and then I remote into my PC from home to the house.
Yep. I say I didn't think you were live.
No, I thought about it, but I wasted enough people's time yesterday.
No, I think everybody had fun just kind of chatting throughout the day with that.
Yeah, once everybody figured out that I was just streaming a print.
Yeah, no matter how many times you put that in your heading, sometimes they don't understand.
Oh, I know.
But hey, Walter, I got to show you something.
Go ahead.
The Yoshi figure, that tells you something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's Yoshi,
Cool.
and look who's on front of it.
Oh shit. You got a country Yoshi.
I got a country Yoshi, yeah.
Oh,
Walter, I got to tell you, this Yoshi is one of my very first prints that I did in 2015 on my Wanhao i3 back then. And for some reason, the print did not go good. It decapulated it, and well, I never threw it away. And as this all started with Walter Head, I thought, well, that might be an idea.
So is that actually glued onto your original print, or did you reprint it?
I printed Walter's Head extra, and then all I had to do was just do a little bit of sanding, and I was able to put.
Oh, so that's your original print. That's cool.
Hey, Robbie Mac, how's it going?
all right, guys. Well, listen, I got to get off here and get back upstairs and get back to work. Been great. We'll see
Hey,
y'all.
Filament Frenzy, how's it going, brother?
Have a
Later,
good day,
guys.
Walter. We'll catch you tonight.
And I
Yeah.
can't see the chat, but hey, everybody in the chat, I'll talk to y'all later.
Have a good one, Walter.
Take care, Walter.
We'll see you,
Bye, Walter.
Hey, Tom, how you doing? Come on, join in the stream. Hey, Tom. Let's see what you're up to.
So I took Tom's advice for several reasons. On what was it, Sunday or Monday? We were talking about how to properly deal with these pockets. So at that time, I had managed to jam nuts into these pockets in the form that they were in. They were overly tight. And I had put together my extruder for the most part. Then I had realized that the knockoff Pinda probe I had bought was 12 millimeters and not 8 millimeters. So I decided, well, gee, I should go and, I could drill it out. We thought about that. Then I decided I was going to design a little adapter for the mount. It took me a full day and a half for it to dawn on me that, fuck it, I own a 3D printer and I can go download the model from Prusa. I can just change one number in this SCAD file and get the proper size.
Might not be able to.
I ended up printing it twice. The first time I did switch to a 0.2 millimeter, as Joe had suggested. It had some effect. It was not the full effect that I was going for. And I don't know if Prusa actually publishes the tweaked profile that they're using within their build farm, because I ended up, going through a couple of different prints and eventually settled on extra walls, which is a sort of nebulous setting within Slicer. I think it add extra walls where necessary or something.
Yeah.
And that seemed to have done the job. But now I have my new extruder body with square nuts inserted, which was a pain in the ass, as it always is with these ones that you print yourself. But I'm still very impressed with Prusa's setup. But that was my project for today. I was going to try and disassemble and reassemble the extruder with the new body and see if I can get this thing rolling finally. But yes, Tom's advice was very helpful. And the other bit of advice, Tom, you're in comments here somewhere, right? The other bit of advice you had was with regard to the alignment of the Bondtech gears, which I guess I'm going to have an opportunity to redo when I reassemble this thing.
Yeah. And Tom just took the delivery of a Geetek A10M color mix. It's building time, he says.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, come on, Tom, join the stream. You can do a live build.
Yeah, there you go.
Or if you're...
I'm sure he wants to do that on his own channel, right?
That's what I was just going to say, probably.
But feel free to do it here.
Oh, I wouldn't complain, but yeah. But anyways.
Or both, for that matter. Which you could easily do.
Or if you do your own stream and build it today, join my stream tomorrow and let us see it.
All right.
Yeah, I hope Tom is still here.
Yeah, I don't know if he is or not.
Well, I did manage to go scrounge up that first print that I did on my my first printer. Aside from the Malian cat, which of course you have to print, and mine didn't print headless, by the way. That was a big problem. They were shipping out bad SD cards at that point. But here's my little Lego guy, fully articulated but legless.
Okay.
And a Doctor Who Time Lord, crown, helmet, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Joe's on there twice.
But I was quite proud of this because it's fully articulated, which, I mean, I didn't design this thing, but I was impressed with myself that I managed to get the tolerances right to actually make it work.
Cool.
As a first print other than the default slice ones.
Uh-huh. And Ron is here. Hello, Ron. How you doing, buddy?
Too early in the morning for this.
Come on. It's not.
I would
too
have said that 2 hours ago.
Well, no, I woke up at like 8 o'clock on the dot. It's like,
So did I.
Be nice to sleep till 8 o'clock, eh?
yeah. Well, the last couple nights I've been up till 4 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 8. So yeah,
that
that
sounds
kind of
good.
catches up after a while.
Yeah, last time I looked at the clock, it was 2. I almost came here, but then I was like, well, I'll try to get a couple hours sleep.
Yeah, I hear you on that one.
So let's see how interactive our chat is here. I have 2 possible projects. I can disassemble and reassemble this extruder, or I can reassemble my theoretically repaired beard trimmer. Which do we want to see today?
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, Ricky left. I don't know when he left, but he
It was a still picture when Country was on.
I don't know. But I did get this figured out finally. Repeater host.
Ah,
Oh, what was the verdict there?
Well, I don't know how all of a sudden it connected, but it finally connected, so I can do the PID tuning on it. You know.
So the solution was magic?
Yeah, it actually was.
Okay.
I was just messing around different stuff in the settings and stuff, and it just a fart. There it was. All of a sudden, it was connected.
Okay.
So, how do you connect it? I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
You know, but I did was a bit rate or whatever. Is it the bit rate or whatever? The 25,000 or
1192 is usually the one that, yeah.
and then so I'm just gonna do that quick. You guys can. I don't give any zeros, dummy. Because then I want to redo the firmware on it after it's done. Doesn't really keep track here though of the temp. Well, I guess it does right there.
All right, guys, I'm jumping off. I got a conference call I got to get on. I'll be back later.
All right,
nice.
you should be here.
All right, bye, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go take care of something. I'll be right back.
All right. Collins are dropping like flies. Don's not sitting at his chair. Oh, there he
I'm
is.
just getting rolling on my thing here, so I'll be right here.
No, I had to do it. I had to do a filament change.
Ooh. There we go. All right. I managed to do this without knocking over coffee, without knocking over the laptop. So we'll call that a success.
I guess I'd like to know what temperature it's target temperature it's trying to hit with this. You know?
When you do an auto tune, PID auto tune,
Yeah.
you set the target temperature in the arguments when you give it the PID auto tune command, or it will use the one set in.
Yeah. I totally did it wrong, didn't I? I didn't put M300 in there, so yeah.
No, you got to give it M300 and some argument that denotes the temperature target.
Yeah, I'll redo it again. Can I just do it now, you think?
You could power it off, power it back on. I don't know what you do to stop an auto tune process.
I don't know. Because I totally forgot about that, because you need M303 space E0 space S210 space C10.
Okay, what do I need to do to? Fan has to come off. Has to come off. I'm trying to figure out the proper order for removal of parts here without looking at the manual because that's cheating.
I can't believe what's going on right now.
What's that?
That white filament that I had running. It looks like I'm going to have to send two partial rolls back to Eins 3D and tell them, hey, something's going on with your filament deliveries that you're getting.
What's wrong with them? They're out of spec?
I keep getting a click, 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 click from my extruder. And that's telling me, check the diameter.
It's either diameter or temperature.
Temperature right now is no problem. But the problem is the diameter from the filament is varying from 1.71 to 1.78.
Huh.
And that's within 1 meter of filament.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is not good at all. Back, print, status, settings. So I'm going to open up a new roll of filament and see what happens then.
Do they have the lot numbers on those rolls?
Yep.
Is the new filament from the same lot?
Huh?
Is the new filament that you're about to open from the same lot as the faulty filament?
Nope. Oh man, that came off beautifully. Damn it. I can't believe this.
Error checking.
It came off beautifully. Damn it, that's a bad thing, or damn it, that's a good thing?
That's a good thing.
You're just impressed with it. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm saying damn it because the first layer is so beautiful.
Oh, gotcha.
And I had to quit that print
That's aggravating.
because the filament change didn't work out. It was ruining the third layer. So you know what that means?
Yeah.
Start the print again.
Yep.
So that's back up to temperature. Let's see if I can push out the old filament. So that's a new filament will be coming out. Oh man, that is hard. Push out. Another 10 degrees on it.
Had an error, so I had to resend the code again.
Oh, hey, and I found out a nice, interesting trick. If it ever comes to time, you're printing some kind of a battleship or something from sci-fi, and you need some long, thin lines for antennas or something like that. All you have to do is just raise your print head up 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters, whatever, and then just push a filament through and let it come out straight down. Let that dry, and then you have a perfect antenna
Yep.
with a 0.04.
Trolling for dollars is back.
Hey, trolling for dollars, welcome.
Oops. Just trying to get
Good to
this.
see you, man.
See something here. Oh, knock it off.
I know there has to be something wrong. Utilities move.
The one problem with my new 12 millimeter diameter hole for my pinda holder
Yeah.
is it leaves very thin sections where the on either side. So I'm worried my pinda holder is just going to snap. We'll see.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's certainly preferable to my first approach of trying to get come up, design an adapter. That was a very stupid idea on my part.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what temperature this is going to, because it's supposed to be stopping at 210. And it's going up to 216, 214.
Huh.
I mean, unless it's overshooting that bad. This one did have a pretty good overshoot, but I don't think it was that bad.
So back, print, base. I want the bases first.
I told that damn thing 210, but it says 215 on the screen here. I don't know if it's trying to hit that or what it's trying to hit here. Oh, 213, 214.
I said it before, I'll say it again. The Prusa extruder design is a design for masochists.
Yeah.
It's just so many parts and so many pieces of hardware.
Probably should have this sharing this screen over here.
Oh.
Yeah, totally has me confused what it's doing. It is not understanding me and whatever it's trying to hit here. It keeps on hitting 214.34. Keeps on hitting right in that area.
Did you end up restarting it or not?
Well, it only did it a few times, but I told it to do it 10 times at 210, and it hasn't been close to 210 yet. It's overshooting by up to 240, 240.3 every time, so I don't know what the hell it's doing.
Does Rapidier use a different different code, maybe?
A different what?
Are you using Rapidier firmware also? Yeah. Okay, so maybe Rapidier just uses a different different code for PID auto tune.
Well, before I put all the commands in there correctly, when I just did them 303, it did like 160 and then dropped. So I put it up to 210, but now, like I say, it's overshooting to 214.30, 213.40, or 214, I'm sorry, 214.02, 38. Yeah, that time went up to 214.38. I don't understand what's going on. We'll just have to try it again here in a minute. Then I'll reset the target temperature on the actual faceplate here so I can see it. Oh yeah, now it's done. Oh, it must have gave me my. It aired out.
Okay. I'm gonna go that way.
All right, to resume, send N44 10520. Nah, I don't want to. I want to change this to 0. Well, that's a few too many. I don't know what just happened there. One, 0. I'll go back up to here and do this again. M303 down E0 S2. Oops, that's not a 2. 210 C N. Right, that's what it should do now. Send. Whether or not it does.
Great. I can't get the hot end out of this assembly.
Did you put it in there, or is that
Yes.
the stop?
Yeah. I mean, it just pops in. I mean, it took a little bit of force, but it's in there in such a way now that I'm gonna bend the PTFE tube. No, okay, it's out. Wow. Wow, that's really
snug as a bug in a rug, huh?
It really is, which I guess is a good thing, but damn. Okay.
Let's see what this shoots at this time. 96, 200, 24, 28, 212, 215, 16, 219, 220, 221. That was an overshoot. You think?
Well, it's going to overshoot by a couple of degrees.
It went to 221.
Well, what did you mean to test it at?
Huh?
What did you mean to test it at?
210.
Huh.
I've never done it with this before, and that's why I'm doing it this way. All right, now it's going back up. Drop down to like 205 or some crap like that. All right, 212, 214, 215, 217, or 16 it was. Now it's going back down. I guess it's going to try to get there. I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen it overshoot by about 10 degrees as it's testing.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen it do that before. I mean, I've only done it with Octo, so I got down to 204 or whatever, 204.97, max 217.14. What it said that time, 210, 212, 213, 14, and it stopped.
Now, am I going to be able to extract the square nuts out of this thing? I don't know, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Yeah.
That's going to be a pain in the ass.
No, it's not. It's not on.
Who?
Well, I was talking to Robbie. You don't have your part cooling fan on during PID? Question mark. I don't have it on. It's not running, so I don't know.
No, it shouldn't be on. That's
Yeah.
as far as I know.
It's not
I've
on.
never done it with the fan on.
213 again, 214. I mean, it just, look at that. I mean, just keeps on shooting at 214. Is it even, Robbie, do you know anything about doing it with this? Because it don't even make it all the way through without hitting an error. I've done it 3 times now, and it's hit an error. And here we go again, 10, 12, 13, 14, 22.
All right, back to step 6. Here we go again.
I'll jump off of there for a second. Robin Mark. Oh, I guess you guys don't want to see the chat. Oh.
I don't think my chat is updating.
You put your own stuff in there, Robbie, for settings, or do you just use the M300 or M303, or do you do it E0 S210 or whatever? See, it's still 214.30. For God,
Damn it. I have lost a nut again.
you have the fan on full. I don't know how to turn the fan on. Low rate, speed rate. How would you do something like that?
No, there's a G-code command to turn the fan on to a particular percentage. I just don't remember what it is.
What's a G
Yeah, if I
code?
can remember, I would say it too.
Robbie, what's a G code for the fan? That's the easy way to do it. Just ask Robbie. Clicking the fan icon. Well, it's like extra. Oh, there you go.
Oh, because you're using, well, that'll work. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But it didn't turn on.
If you're using Pronterface, it should work. Yeah.
Did not turn on. Maybe it won't while it's running this G code until it's done. Oh, you see Ron's back.
Mm-hmm. It's like I missed a little bit of paper on my sandwich. Damn.
Yeah, it's all right. A little extra fiber. Right has to. There it goes. I need to get a new fan on there. That bearing's starting to go out. Yeah, it turned on now. Yep, and there's that error. Whoa, whoa, come on, auto scroll. All right, where am I here? I'm going to bring this up so Rob can see it.
Yeah, when you're editing line code, I find the best one that I use is Notepad++, especially when I have to edit a G code.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but what I'm trying to show is this here. Oh, knock it off. All right, see, we got these error codes here. Now I lost Rob because I pushed a button. All right. Error on line number 11, 20, 23, 11. Resend that. Resend that. Send 18, about 18, 20, 20, 20, 20. I don't know if Rob's looking at this or not. You looking at this, Rob? I know you're going to yell at me. Quit moving it.
Okay.
That's easy. Just ask Rob. See, Daniel ain't here.
Daniel's in here?
I said he ain't here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Which way does it go?
Let me see.
So, Colin, what are you working on right now?
I'm putting my extruder back together. So, over the last couple of days, I've been trying to assemble a Mark III style extruder for my AM8, and I got it fully assembled. Then I discovered that I couldn't install my Pinda probe in the default Pinda probe mount. So I needed to either drill it out, which I didn't have a suitable drill bit, or design an adapter, which I designed and then realized, screw it, I can just go download the SCAD file from Prusa and change one number and fix the problem. So I've printed a new extruder body, and so I'm moving everything onto it now.
Okay, if I was, I know that feeling. It's like once you do that one update, then you're like, hang on, I can do even better, and then even better, and then even better.
Right. Well, it took me about a day and a half to realize that, yes, I could just go get the file and change one number and fix it.
Not always the case, though,
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like writing a really good piece of chunk of code.
And
You end up rewriting it 3 or 4 times until you get something that's like one line and perfect and does everything you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
The best code is just a return statement, Return exactly what I was fucking looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I get an error code if I just run this again and see what it does. Just with theirs. Or fan hit cool fan. Yeah, I think it's on. Oh, yeah, it's still on. Yeah, it's running. The fan's on now. Thanks, Rob.
The other thing that I realized the
Button
other
here.
day,
You were correct. God dang it. I'm just going to let it run here with the M3 303 and just see what it does with this one. Just for giggles.
the other thing I realized the other day was that the INC does not have an onboard SD card slot. So I have to go get myself a cable and a little SD controller to slap onto this thing.
Why not just use Raspberry Pi? Octoprint and just have it send the code.
I could do that. That's certainly an option, but I'd rather have a more complete system. Just
No, I understand when you're coming at that end.
oh yeah, I mean, in the end, I would definitely go get myself an SD card. It just hadn't occurred to me, and yes, I could easily do it through Octoprint, or I could do it directly from the machine, and I'm sure I'll test it that way. But ultimately, I prefer to have printers that will print independently of extra hardware.
Oh, I understand that completely.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be nice if Octoprint had some way that we could, because I've tried using their built-in Cura, and I find their built-in Cura does not do a good job at all when it comes for me to set up.
Last I've seen, they've not updated their Cura engine in a very long time. Are they still using 14 point something?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
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 I don't know if there's some coding limitation or library limitation for the new Cura engine or what, but no one seems to be using it in any sort of Linux environment or command line environment of any kind.
You know, you think that's what it is? It's like totally backwards.
Well, you know, Ultimachines
8 cycles, yeah.
is or Ultimaker, not Ultimachines. Ultimaker is not.
I thought it was E0, not E1. Okay, yeah. I thought it was M303, E0, S210, C10. But you're saying go this direction, okay. So do C, E, or is it C? C8, that's 8 cycles, and then the target temperature, isn't that S? Or is that C? Also, I don't think you give it C twice, do you?
No, I just see him.
I mean, I'll listen to you, but
It says temp should be at 210, but yeah.
yeah, S. That's what I thought. Oops, LOL. Okay. I'm just looking for my keyboard, and it's not down there. M303 space.
Yeah, it says S should be 210, not C210.
Yeah. C8 E0. Do they have to be? Oh, they're capped, so it doesn't matter. S210. All right. Well, I think it just finished anyway, so. Yeah, see, it made it that one send. So we'll send this one now and see what happens. I don't know what you can see here, but.
Oh, excuse me. As you were saying, Colin?
It did not like that.
What was I saying? I've lost track.
See that, Rob? It didn't like that.
I was lamenting the extraneous amounts, the excessive amounts of hardware required for a Prusa style extruder. What was I saying?
That's what I sent. Was I did it that way. ESC is the way how I've been doing it, and you got CES, and it doesn't like that at all. As you can see, that's what happened. You send this and this.
Well, that reminds me, I still got to install my new shop light I got today. Finally came in.
This will, however, give me an opportunity to.
ESC. ESC. Yeah, that's what I have here. Okay, we'll go with that one.
To further adjust my Bondtech gears. Which,
Are you running a Bondtech on there, are you?
well, these are all knockoff parts. I'm going to do a complete knockoff Mark III with all
okay.
fake parts, just because I can. So these are like $10 Bondtech gears that I got off of
like that, right? Oh, I got a lock on here. Does that look right, Rob? I mean, that's what you told me. It's all ass backwards to me when I look there. E0, 210, and C8. You guess, order matters. Sometimes it does. I'm sending this biatch.
Irritatingly, the documentation doesn't give us even the faintest clue as to exactly how much overshoot we're supposed to have over the end of the shaft, the motor shaft, though. Although it's in the picture.
Well, pictures usually better than words sometimes.
Well, I mean, I could sort of guess at it, but I could also just put a depth gauge in there if it told me what the actual depth was.
Yeah, that's what I've been putting in, Robbie, except for the C8. I was doing C10.
Oh, well, we'll go with that.
But maybe it doesn't like the 10. We'll see. See how far this thing overshoots this time.
Hey, Colin, when you got your C2, your C 920 on?
What do I have it on?
There, yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, is it on like a
it's on a tripod.
Tripod,
so I've got the C920 that's running is on a tripod over here. Then I've got this other C920 which is not running, which is on a flexible stalk.
211.
I'm hoping that this C920 is the one that's not running, is the one that I'm using the mic from, but I'm not really sure.
219. Went up to 219.22. You can do 10 cycles. I thought you were.
Well, the best way to find out is by tapping on it.
That doesn't seem to work.
I did that the first time, and just
that's
this last time, just to see if it errored out,
using.
Which it did.
And that's me tapping on the other one.
Yeah, I hear it on that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Good. Because that's the one nearer my mouth.
Yeah, it only does 5 cycles. It only goes up to like 160.
All right. So
I went to like 116 and a half or 216 and a half. I mean, it should end up close to 210, right?
Extruder motor.
Well, it should. I mean, $10, $12, $14, $15. Then we went to 15. It's shoot, that's the point of. Yeah, okay, I understand that. And but I thought it tried to hit the target temperature though, eventually, to get the average. Because it never comes below 214. Maybe 215 this time. Like I say, I've only done this with Octopi, so I don't know. Does it tell you what cycle it's on?
Yeah, it should be numbering the cycles, at least in the serial monitor somewhere.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to find.
Outside in.
18D. 17. Okay, thanks, Rob. And you know what? That PIDs are real close to what they were when I did the 5 cycles just with the M303. So it's getting closer this time, I think. No, it's still 214, but no, that's fine. Hit the what? Hit temperature. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, that's what I was saying about using all knockoff parts. I'm finding that the cost of the knockoff parts in general are 20% cheaper, 20% less than the originals generally. And I do own a Mark III, so I could just go get the
This should be the last one.
Prusa parts. But I just wanted to see if it was possible.
Yeah, no, I hear you
guess.
on that one. And
And
sometimes I find knockoff parts sometimes actually work better than the actual parts in some cases I found.
I've not seen that yet. I don't doubt it, but I've not seen that yet.
I haven't seen it in 3D printers, but I have seen it in other places where I bought a knockoff part and it actually performed better than the freaking actual unit.
Well, that's where you get second mover advantage, right? You got the guy who did all the research and produced the first thing, and then you got somebody who expended a little time and effort to do that additional research to come up with a slightly better solution.
Yeah.
And that final investment is what pushes them over the edge. Yeah, it happens.
Right at the last one there, Rob. I don't know why it aired out like that.
All right. I want that one.
26.
So, no. This way. Okay. So we want that one and that one and that one. Okay.
So should I just type in 2690, you think? How far you want me to scroll back? Just to right here, probably, eh? Can you see that?
Okay.
Or are the pictures in the way for you guys? Ron?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you see my PIDs right here where my mouse is, or is the
It's being covered a little bit.
Okay.
I see PID auto tune finish, and I can see half of it, and then the code disappears. What you might want to do is you might want to highlight it and send it over the chat.
Yeah. Well, Robbie says that's okay. Hit config, then prompt. Okay. So I should write these down, or do I do something right in here? What is he saying here? Yes. Got them. Okay, config, then
use a piece of filament to align the pulleys. Okay.
I don't see EEPROM. All right, here, firmware EEPROM config.
I got a piece of filament lying around. No.
I'm down all the way. Oh, PID. PID. Okay.
What's up, Doc?
Oh, nothing. So this should be 1744.
Oh, that's something I got to do too. Oh, man.
Well, this is interesting doing it this way because I've never done it like this.
Yep, you have it
Yes.
connected per USB right to your PC, right?
You what?
You have it connected to your PC directly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 103, 1, 2, 3.
And that's right to your host. Oh,
Yes.
do I
Yeah.
have that installed?
399, 73.99.
Yep, I got it. Okay. I already have that software
Export data?
installed.
Hang on, just wait, Don. Should I export the data? Probably, but I don't know.
Oh, let's see.
Trying to get this up high enough so you can see everything. No.
Yeah.
Hit save or okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Brian.
hit save or okay.
It will write it to the G code. Ah. It will write it to the G code. I don't use this for a slicer.
Huh?
That's the only problem. Yep.
Hey, Brian is here. Hello, Brian.
Yep.
How you
Oh,
doing?
that's kind of badass. Wow. Check this. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I could switch. I can't switch cameras because I don't have my switcher turned on. But
No, go ahead. I got it.
I don't know if you can see this. Well, you still got to be able to zoom in. Check this out. I'm actually able to drive the gears by pushing the filament. That is so cool. It works. It actually, I shouldn't be so surprised that it actually works, but I am nonetheless. I think I skipped that step when I was.
Okay, now is that going to write that? Export in case you want to save this.
Okay.
Well, see, I usually use Kira. Well, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I was going to flash the firmware on this one anyways. I haven't done that yet. So, I was going to export it to download. There's no documents. No, I haven't. I thought I did that after I did the PID tuning. Or should I do that other way around? I mean, it's no big deal. I know how to do the PID tuning now on this, and that was the biggest thing. Whatever. Export. Why doesn't it give me a file name? I don't know. Flash firmware. No. Why do anything in order? Shit. Yeah, no, I know. Which is fine. I'm fine with that. I was doing this first just to make sure if I could get it to work or not. you know, I mean, this part's easy now. Doing the PID tuning, if I have to redo it, that's no big deal. But see, I was gonna use this one. You can't see me because I'm screen sharing here. I gotta go down here. If I can find my freaking mouse and kill that. All right, yeah, I was gonna use this here. So I ordered this one, and I wanted to try this one. So it's you know what it is. It's just a little bootloader that I ordered from Amazon. That came the day after we fought everything. So that was my plan. But we've been busy yakking all day, so we've only gotten this far.
I don't mean to correct
go
you,
ahead.
but terminology is important here. The device, the physical device you're holding, is a programmer, an AVR programmer. The
Yes.
bootloader is the software. So
Correct.
it only matters when you're trying to communicate with people as to what you're trying to do.
I suppose, yeah, you're right. The programmer, you are correct. I suppose for people that don't know what
my
I'm
point
talking
wasn't
about.
to be correct. It was just to make sure that when
Yeah,
you're communicating with people, people know what you're talking about.
yeah, and especially for people that don't know what we're talking about.
That too. Because if they go searching for that same information someplace else, they'll get things backwards.
But I did get this off of Amazon for dirt cheap. I just forget. That's got to plug into here, and that's got to plug into there. Yes. So this comes off. I should shut this down. You can. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. And I'm fine doing that. I just wanted to make sure. I mean, no matter what, I was going to flash the firmware, but I just wanted to make sure that I actually could flash, get the PID settings this way, because I've never done it this way, you know. I mean, so, you know, to me, it ain't that big of a deal right now. You're not used. All right, let's shut this off. Plug this in. We have green light. Now I forgot which one's one. Oh, just wait. I need to take that off. I think. I know I do. Did I?
I'm guessing this alignment is just a little off. It ain't going.
So now I'm back to the screen. What's going on here?
We don't know.
No one knows what's going on.
No, especially me.
Any number of things, one way or the other. Ah.
Before doing this, I freaking glued it down like a dumbass.
Hey, Mike, you see my small screen?
Yeah. Oh, you had to put tape back on?
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of sanding that damn thing.
Well, you shouldn't have to do it every time. Sand it down, get it wiped down with alcohol, and just after you take a print off, you should only have to wipe it down with alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but we're finally get a print running, you know.
Yeah.
But this is the bottom piece, so that doesn't make any difference, you know, if it has a blue shade on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
From that tape. But when I print the top part, well, it wouldn't really make any difference there too, because at one point or another, it's going to have some type of paint on it.
I've not.
What are you trying to print?
I'm printing a Lazy Susie.
Lazy Susie?
Yeah.
Whoops! I just dropped the F-bomb. Who's Lazy Susie, man? I don't know that one.
Lazy, yeah, the Lazy Susan. Or
It's the hooker you put on the office chair and spin her around.
I know that, but not Susie. It's
Yes, it's Lazy Susan, but we forgive the non-English speaker for
I know.
getting that wrong.
But that's what's fun about having Don around, He says everything wrong, and then we give him crap about it.
That's what we call it, Lazy Susan.
Well, yeah, that isn't what you said, though.
Yeah, I said Lazy Susie. Susie is the nickname for Susan.
Yeah, so this is one of those things. When you're dealing with a euphemism like this, or not a euphemism, an anachronism like this, you can't substitute words as you would normally otherwise in English. I was speaking to a woman an Italian woman who spoke relatively good English, and she could translate things quite effectively. She did so excessively. She was telling me how she had gone to this hotel bar that turned out to be a real butcher shop. What she meant, of course, was that it turned out to be a real meat market. But she assumed that you could translate meat market into butcher shop as you normally would for an actual meat market. But the anachronism doesn't translate that way.
No, not really. Not really.
Because a butcher shop, a bar that's a butcher shop, that's like out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
Definitely. But if she was saying that that's a real meat market, then you know what she was looking for.
Right. Well, right. So if you're using an English anachronism like that, it doesn't. You can't translate it in quite the way that you would otherwise perform word substitution.
Yeah, I hear you. No, but normally I should just say that's a turntable for painting.
That too, because that's actually what it is.
Yeah, but for some reason I don't know why. Every time when I look for turntable or something like that in Thingiverse,
record player,
you'll find a record player or something like that. But if you look for a Lazy Susan, you will.
Right. Well, a Lazy Susan is a turntable that's typically used for hors d'oeuvres and that sort of thing, as a centerpiece. So I guess
turntable I know from a record player.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was really strange in Thingiverse,
Yeah, well, there are things like that are even less intuitive. In fact, I forget what I was looking for, something like a 3D scanner mount or something. I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, you have to pick the right keywords to find things effectively in some of these things. Yeah, and that's one of the things that Google spent a lot of time trying to get right. They've got their reference table for word substitution down pretty good now.
Yeah, Trolling for Dollars just wrote, Lazy Susan is cake rotator.
Well, among other in a lot of ways. Yeah, you can use it for if you do 3D printing, you can use it as using the spin around,
But that's the point. When you search for Lazy Susan, you get typically things related to food.
Not in Thingiverse. Look at Thingiverse.
Well, if Thingiverse does things related to food, then they're probably not FDM related.
Apparently, Steak from J Farm is back, and he's telling us we can rest easy now. He's back.
Oh, well, I do feel better already.
Yeah.
Remember that 3D model we were looking at? The other guy that Don turned us into? I actually finally printed out. I got the horned lady already printed out.
Hey, cool.
Nice. So there it is right there. And it did a really good job and Kira did a very good job printing this in tree support.
Nice.
It's a little rough on the back, but nothing like I can say that's really bad. Then I found this one, and I had to enlarge it up to 300%.
Uh-huh.
That is, Oden? I think I'm pronouncing that. Japanese reproduction. I'm trying to figure out what type of one he was looking for. But this turned out really nice. I'm actually impressed with it. But what happened is the support, because it was in tree mode, kind of ruined the support on the back there. So,
maybe
yeah,
maybe you can sand that, or do you have a 3D pin? You can use a little bit of filler and then sand it down.
I might just reprint her again. Because
Okay.
I'm noticing there's been I'm getting some weird line issues, like under extrusion. That might have been the model itself, and it's just so close to each other that it didn't print it properly. I don't know.
Yeah. That's one of those small models, right?
Yeah.
It's one like this here. I found this one from him too.
Yeah, something like that, and you've enlarged it big time. Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is the one support didn't stick there on the leg, so it didn't print right there. All right, print it in a big ball of glue.
Yeah, that's why I had an issue of too.
Either, Ron, look at that one.
Oh, okay, that's for your wavy Wednesday, eh?
Well, this is the one I did a couple weeks ago. I just never did it in the color.
Okay.
I couldn't get it quite right. It kept on breaking on me and falling and using too much material. And I mean, I had to use the right amount of material so I could get the colors. You know, you got to use the right amount of supports.
Yep.
Otherwise, it'll just be kind of one color in the center and one color in the bottom, one in the top, you know.
No, I hear you.
This way I got like 5 or 6 colors.
That really looks nice.
It's a rainbow filament, right?
Yeah, this is a rainbow, that $10 rainbow filament that I got.
Not bad coloring too.
That really looks nice, Mike. That really looks nice.
Yeah, she'll like this one. The inside looks kind of cool too.
Oh,
look at your canal there.
Yeah, eh?
You're gonna have to send her 2 photos from that one.
Yeah.
I only ever did one wavy Wednesday print, and it was entirely unintentional. This is before
Ryan wrote.
Do I have chat open here?
Yeah,
somewhere?
it is.
That's a weird margarita glass you got there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get much in there though, you know. I mean, that gets pretty thin right to there.
Yeah, but it probably goes all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, it does, but you know, yeah.
Getting the martini all the way out of there would be a challenge and a half.
As soon as the fan kicks in, temp drops 20 degrees.
On what? On
swapped out the mister and heater and still have the same issues. Wow.
Well, raise your temperature 20 degrees.
Or get a better fan shroud. You might get a better fan shroud. That might help too.
Yeah, you're blowing right on your hot end.
Yeah, it seems like you're going to have to readjust the outtake from the fan so that it blows down on the nozzle where the print is.
Yeah, instead of right on the nozzle. And do you have any insulation on the nozzle?
Yeah, that's something else.
Sometimes you don't run it. So I mean, some people don't. I always try to, but I put this down. I think I got this right. So,
So you got a push for 500 subs going on, eh?
Me? Oh, yeah, I did that a while ago. But that didn't work.
Yeah.
Back when I was getting 2 or 3 subs every day, I was like, well, heck, I might as well try a push for 500. And it didn't work.
Yeah, I kind of stalled, unfortunately. My subscriber count went to 135 and has been holding there steady.
Yeah, was it not yesterday? What, Sunday stream, wasn't it, Don?
Yeah.
Sunday stream, I got 5 or 6 subscribers, and then I actually got one this morning before my stream started.
That's cool.
Another stream. And I got one this morning.
Jake, if I can ask, which printer is that you have? Hey, Ben is back.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Chris Riley just put out a new video.
Yeah, I haven't seen nobody's video today.
Hey, Hawk 3D.
I've been a little preoccupied.
Yeah, it's sitting at 135.
I don't know if this damn thing's gonna fit. Ender 3? Sounds like your thermistor's bad then. I mean, because it shouldn't be doing that. It's all fine and beautiful, but this is not going to work. That kind of blows ass. That's not going to work. Damn it.
Just gonna check my Social Blade here.
Huh?
I'm just checking my Social Blade account because I want to see what's going on with my analytics today. I'm getting some weird analytics all last week, so.
With the correct orientation.
I wonder if I can bend them over far enough. Hey, Ron, Don, Yep, we're all here.
Okay,
We all
correct
here.
orientation. So,
Till the day is done, life is true. Just don't know.
Swapped it out twice. Temps won't go above 180, 190 with fans at 50%. Hey, TK is here. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Can't stay about long today. Pack everything for a away trip. Oh.
You went fence at 50%? Interesting.
Uh,
Oh man, this is where we need my co-host.
cool, TK.
Well, TK, I don't remember if this one's yours or not. Was this one of yours? I don't remember. I forgot who I got this from.
I think that one was from TK. Yes.
It turned out pretty good, except for the leg fell off here. But otherwise, it was good. Oh, I should show him my vase. I just got to show my vase again because I really
M3 by 25.
check out that one, huh?
Nope, not your model.
Yeah,
That was
his
probably
model.
from one of the links you sent us.
Yeah, it was from one of the links that he sent.
All right,
Isn't that cool?
M3
Right there.
25.
Okay.
TK, I hope you can join my stream tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow. And everybody else, of course.
I should be able to be there.
Well, I do hope so, Mike.
Don't think I have anything going on, so.
And if Ron gets out of the bed, I think he'll join too.
I don't know, Don. My bed's very comfortable. No, I'll probably be up anyways.
I heard that. Oh. I'm
Jake.
not joking.
Actually, Jake, if you can shoot me an email just at the same name, I'll send it off to our guy who's the resident nerd. I really do mean, in the most case, the best guy for the to troubleshoot it, which is Jacob, which is our friend Daniel.
David. Daniel.
And I can also get Jacob to look at it also. They both work for ART3, which stands for Active Research Technologies. What they do is they build printers for fun. That's their job. They like to build printers. And I can run any of that stuff for them and see if they can come up with any ideas. All I would need is to know the printer. What are you still running in there as goes for the version of Merlin? And there were any upgrades or any changes that you've done to the printer. And what I can do is I can send them that information. And I can see if I can get something back from them because they may have a couple troubleshooting things they'll like you to do, and then from there we can go. They can move forward. Or B, we can wait until Sunday when I have them live on the air. If you want to come in, now I do these things at 9 p.m. So if that's too late for you, and that's Eastern Standard Time. If that's too late for you, just let me know. We'll figure out something else. A way to help you out there.
Ron,
Yes.
when you contact Daniel, can you ask him if he has information about the Wanhao D9?
I don't think he has any information on that printer.
Or maybe he can find out something for me. Right now, I haven't done any updates on my D9. It's still as is. And people are telling me, yeah, you have to do the first update, and then you can do the second and third and whatever normally. Yeah. Because the first update requires SD card in the normal SD slot, first half of the update. Then you have to turn the printer on its side. You have to turn it off, open up the bottom, put that SD card with the other part of the update onto the controller board, turn it on, and let that do its update. And when that's all done, you can turn it off, close the bottom up, and then the next update, you just put it on the SD card, stick it in the normal SD card slot, and do the update from there. And what I would like to know, is it not possible, you get the newest update and you just throw that on it through the SD card slot and everything is good?
That I do not know.
Maybe
what you could do? You could do a modification to your printer and add a micro. Well, you know how you have the micro. Don't know if you've seen this before. It is micro USB to regular USB plug that you can buy, and you can probably slide that into your micro USB that's inside the board. Cut a hole using like a Dremel or something, and just insert that card holder there. And that way, if you have to go back and forth, you're not turning your printer on its side or anything. You have easy access to both slots.
Yeah, the problem is for me is to turn that thing is first to lift that thing off the table, put it down on the floor, because that's the only place that's big enough to lay it on its side.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have to open up the bottom.
Yep. That's why I was saying that. I'll send you the link to that piece that I was talking about.
Oh, I have one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have one. I had one on my Wanhao i3.
I would definitely take the time and do that then, because then that way you have both slots accessible if you need to ever do that again.
Well, that's a good question. Man, who knows? Maybe I have to do it over and over again because the first one failed. Yeah.
Best thing to do is Don, is send me a video, make it private, not private, I should say unlisted, explaining what you want Daniel to look at, and what I can do is I can fire that over to Daniel, and then what we can do is then we can look at it as a
collaboration,
as a video, and then what we can do is we can troubleshoot it on Sunday, come up with a couple ideas, and then present them on the show, and then you can just watch back that video and then go, okay, I'll try what they're saying. If that doesn't answer your questions, you can always contact my channel back, and I will pass the emails directly over to Daniel.
Okay.
And he can try to help you troubleshoot, because like you said, Daniel works during the AM hours, which is what we're on. Now we're on East Coast, but North American Standard Time right now is around 8-9 o'clock in the morning, where I know over there it's like mid-evening.
In the afternoon, 8 o'clock is round about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But if you stream in the evenings or in the afternoons, well, it all depends on when you start.
Yeah, we usually start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that would be like 3 o'clock your time.
Yeah, and I am way down in a horizontal position, key in a Himmel sleep. Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah, but Brian said his suspicion is that the first update adds a functionality which allows to update from the regular SD card slot. Yeah, the only thing I know about from what I've been seeing in the official One How Facebook group, the first update is for the display. And then the second update, the second half of the update goes on the controller board and it does its work there. What it does, I do not know. But the only thing that I know is that in the group, they were set when they posted the second update. The second update supposedly fixes the problems with the auto bed leveling, which is what I need. I need that thing fixed.
Yeah, you're just looking for a better solution. The problem with the board, from what I've been reading about, the way how it uses two separate boards to communicate to each other, but they don't have a communication that allows the information to be switched, that allows it to be passed over to the other board, which is kind of odd.
It has one main board underneath, which is responsible for everything, and the second board is only this little adapter board that's up on top of the print head, where everything plugs into it, and then the flat cable plugs into it.
I'm looking at a schematic right now, and it looks like there's two separate boards were combined into one board.
Oh, well, that's a good question. I haven't opened that thing up in the bottom because
I'm looking at board schematics right now.
Yeah, because my next problem is, to do that, like they're saying, I'm going to have to ask my buddy if he has time on the weekend and can come over and help me with that bullshit. Because I am not allowed to lift anything over 10 kilos. And that printer weighs around 25 kilos.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just looking at some. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking at the board schematics. I'm just going, huh?
Strange schematic, huh?
It is very odd that they would go this route.
Well,
now,
it is commonplace now to take off-the-shelf modules and just add a PCB that allows you to mount them and run a couple of traces around to wire them together.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But looking at this, it looks like everything that from the SD card goes directly into the CPU processor, and doesn't allow any other information to go out of it. Like there's no double traces or anything like that. That if it doesn't go to processor, it's meant to go to another. This is weird. Just the way they got it designed.
Huh?
Yeah. I think
allows information to go in, allows some information to go out from the processor, but doesn't allow any information to go anywhere else.
Oh,
yeah, that's what they probably did. Is there two processors on that?
No idea. I have not opened that thing up to see what's inside. Oh, there's a problem with the latest version of Cura failing to update firmware via cable, from what I have heard. Yeah, yeah. I hear you, TK. I hear you.
Wait, who's updating their firmware through Cura? Is there a firmware uploader built into Cura now? I know that
Cura, you can do that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you can also do it through. You can also do firmware updates through Octoprint, which I got set up still.
I've not tried that either.
No.
Yeah.
Then again, I always end up building these things.
I've only had two printers, the One How i3 and this One How D9, and I have never done an update on a printer. So
well, it's absolutely worth doing.
Them damn printers, get a different kind.
Yeah. What was that again, Mike?
You need to get a different kind of printer.
Yeah, I hear you.
Get rid of them damn things.
Yeah.
Octoprint is not.
Well, I was kind of horrified to hear that Ricky had not done any firmware updates on his A8. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it that way too, but I still gotta put a bootloader on there.
And Brian says Octoprint is how he does his firmware updates on his monoprice printers. Oh, Brian, I must say I watch your videos. Hey, they're nice.
Yeah, they are.
The updates and the modifications that you make.
I don't think I had my monoprice Maker Select Mini long enough to do a firmware update.
But Colin, you have to check out his videos. You know,
my friend's one is like a screaming banshee when he turns on his mini.
They're not quiet.
Yeah, then you definitely have to check out Brian's videos. He can show you in one of his videos how you can make that thing quiet.
Well,
I wonder what this movie is. The Rover. Rover, you ever heard of that one?
Rover?
The Rover, the movie. See?
The
Rover. I don't know if you can see that.
No, I vaguely remember a movie of that title from the late 80s.
They all want.
Yeah, maybe that's from where Rover got his name.
Yeah.
It was a horror movie about a toy that went nuts and started killing people.
I think I've seen that movie.
Yeah, it was on the Sci-Fi Channel. I don't know if it ever got an actual release, but it was an interesting little campy horror movie.
Cubic Facebook page, they all went mental with hardware updates, adding stuff, changing hot ends, etc. Loads of stuff. I have never done anything to my printer. Why fix what's not broken? Yeah, TK. I hope TK, you know Murphy's Law, #1, never touch a running system.
Which was
what? I never listened to that, Lana. I'm half Murphy.
I don't think you've ever watched AVE then. That's an important channel for understanding what you should do to things that work. If it works, fix it until it don't.
Nope. I fully agree with Murphy's Law #1. Never touch a running system.
Hell with that, man. Upgrade the crap out of it and do everything you can to it right away.
Yep. But of course, according to Murphy's information, when shit happens, then you can expect that more's coming.
Well, it's one of those things. There's this only semi-apocryphal story about a Unix server that was deployed in, I don't know, like 89, that was running just fine, and they redesigned the server room and ended up walling the server into a wall. They didn't notice, and they just put sheetrock over between. They just put the wall there. And the server continued to run. It was like a mail server or something relatively important. Anyway, they were able to do maintenance on it remotely, and it was perfectly fine. It was like 12 years before they realized that there was a power cord running into a wall that wasn't in a wall socket, but actually powering something. And I had to tear into the wall and find the server. Which is more a testament to the stability of Unix than it is anything else. But you can leave a system running and not touch it for years without a problem if that's your inclination. But then again, we're talking about 3D printers. The entire point is to dick around with them until they're awesome. Although I don't know what I would do once I got a printer to be awesome.
Yeah, normally it shouldn't be called 3D printer. It should be called Tinker Machine.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know what's really sad though? I bought a laser cutter and little CNC mill.
Yeah.
And I cut 2 things with it, and I haven't touched it since. It's sitting over here, over there. And it has not been worthy of tinkering. I don't know why. I should be more motivated, but I'm not.
Is it still working?
I'm sure it works. I cut 2 things. They work fine. I just don't have a need for it. I bought it initially because I thought I was going to manufacture some PCBs for a prototype that I was doing. And then it dawned on me that I'm much better off just doing the chemical etching and ultraviolet curing of etch resist. Much easier to deal with.
Tinker
Yeah,
toys.
and Brian says sometimes I refer to my printers as Tinker Toys. Hey, that's also a good name for them. Yeah, but Colin, if it was working back then you have to pay attention to Murphy's Law #1.
Yes, but it's not only working, I just have never used it since then. I spent a couple $100 on the thing and it's just sat there. I built it and it sat there. I do have a video of my building it. It took 11 hours to build. It was a pain in the ass.
Was that a kit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but now you can just add them to one of your machines. You just buy the head, right?
What? Oh, a laser cutter and so on. Now, the reason you want a separate machine for that is because you want greater stability, not stability, greater
Build area or something, or
positional retaining torque. Is that the right word? Because you have, for example, a spindle that's running it at relatively high speeds, and you're actually cutting metal or wood or something, and so doing it on a belt isn't going to cut it. Having the x-axis on a belt isn't going to cut it.
Yeah.
So you need it on a thread, a lead screw. That's the primary difference, really.
Yeah. Hey, Mike.
Yep.
And you can't see it on the small screen, but if you just take a look at where I point with my needle nose pliers, right in this area is thin. In this area right here, it's thin. Over here, it's thin. You know, the filament that's coming down. Yeah. And between that, the filament is normal.
So it goes up and down, up and down, up and down?
Yep.
Okay, so you got a crap batch of filament.
No. I have a crap bed.
Oh. Okay.
That's why I am seriously thinking about getting a PEI sheet for it and try that out.
Well, that isn't going to help if the bed is not level.
Oh, that's only that magnetic bed.
Oh, I see.
That's only that magnetic bed. That's not the steel sheet that's underneath it.
Oh, okay.
The steel sheet is okay?
The steel sheet is okay.
Weird. Not a very common problem.
It is a common problem in the 1HAL D9 family.
Oh, okay. All right.
Unfortunately.
Not a problem I'd seen anyplace else then. But I don't own a D9, so there you go.
Yeah, I use basically personally myself. I use the Gecko Tech, which I truly have fallen in love with. That stuff, it just works. Everything sticks to the bed.
Beheistis?
Sorry,
Ron?
Yeah.
Beheistis? The bed?
No, the bed I'm using is something called Gecko Tech.
Gecko Tech.
Yeah, that's what I'm using on my bed, and I love it.
Yeah?
Everything sticks to it. I'm going to be doing a video talking about Gecko Tech soon because I think it's a fabulous bed. And I'm going to send it off to Gecko Tech and say, this is what I think of your stuff and see what they think, see if they like the review or not.
Yeah. And Jake from State Farm, PEI is the god of print surfaces.
Yeah, I know. I need to get one of them. Try it.
Hey, with such a big bed there, Don, have you ever thought of what type of extruder are you running? Are you running a V6 or are you just running their hot end?
No, you can't put a V6 on that one.
Because if you put a volcano on that, you could get better. You probably get more. You can print a little bit faster, I would think.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but right now it's printing slow because that's the first layer.
Okay.
Yeah. But as far as fast prints, I've never printed faster than 60.
Okay, because you should be able to print a little bit faster with that printer, I would think.
Yeah.
For large beds, I was actually very happy with the Anycubic Ultra Base. They had a giveaway, sort of giveaway. I think they were trying to unload old stock or something. This is something that showed up in like Walter's
Mail thing.
You talking about this one?
Ultra Base? Yeah. So I got a 300 by 300 Ultra Base, and threw it on
200 by 200.
Yeah. So I got the 300 by 300 and threw it on my my CR10, and it was great. I mean, it took me like 4 hours to get the thing finally leveled, because the CR10 leveling is a pain in the ass. But it worked great after that.
Listen, talking about leveling that bed, and listen, you're preaching to the choir, my friend. I know exactly what you mean. I got a CR10 also. Goddamn pain in the butt to level.
So
I can't believe that a manual bed leveling can be so hard.
It's the size. It's just because it's so large that the variance as you go from corner to corner, you know, having leveled all four and then going back to the first corner, the variance, even slight as it might be, is magnified just because of the size of the thing. And
sorry, don't mean to interrupt you, but I found out a way to fix that little bit of problem with the CR10. There's a plugin you can get for Octoprint called Bed Level Plus, and what it does, it has it set up that every time you go and you level your bed, you click one, it'll drag it right to the to each screw point on your CR10, so you get a proper level on every screw point, and then it goes right for the center, and then you can see if you have enough friction in the center.
That's cool. I found a chunk of G code that does essentially the same thing.
Tech all the way.
And there was another another bit of code that produces what they call level disks, which do 2-layer disks in each of 5 points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know where I found it, but I can pull it off of my card and send it out and put it out for people. But when I was just got the CR10, I started looking around for these things, and a couple of people have some neat tools out there for that kind of thing. What I haven't tried, what I first tried was to get auto bed leveling into a custom Marlin, a custom firmware build onto the CR10, which turned out to be difficult because the memory available on those boards is really, really sparse. So I went and I tried to rip out all the things that I could possibly think of that I wouldn't need, and I got to within like 4K of the available the space I would need. Of course, I was still filling the thing up completely. Chris Riley has a new video out, relatively new, where I think he was trying to add auto bed leveling or something to the Ender 3, which of course suffers from that same problem. And he identified a couple of features that I hadn't considered to pull out of Marlin. I'm gonna have to go back and try that, see if I can make it work.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. Jake just said, "Isn't Gecko Tech expensive?" Not really. I mean,
yeah,
my sheet cost me what, $30 for the sheet.
Yeah, it's comparable to Build Tech.
Yeah,
they're both equally good. They're slightly different materials, but they function similarly, I think. The Gecko Tech marketing folks will tell you that the Build Tech sheet wears out and deteriorates more quickly than their product. But of course, that's just marketing stuff. What was interesting, though, is you were at ERF, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Did you talk to the Gecko Tech guys there?
I went over and I said, I saw you guys at Murph, and I didn't pick it up then, but I'm interested in picking up the Gecko Tech now. And they said, oh, so you were at, and they gave me a really good deal. They only charged me 20. They broke me down on a good deal. They only charged me like $23 for for the sheet when I mentioned that I was at Murph. I wasn't able to get to their stain in time. And they said, "Oh, we'll give it for you for 23." Since they kind of recognized what I was doing, and they were like, "Yeah, if you can get around, and we're open for interviews and everything else." But I never got back to them, unfortunately. I feel really bad about that because I did say I would try to get back to them, but
I was being kind of a dick at her. I had my printer, the one I'm working on now. It was functioning more or less at the time. But
what was it with Irv and unfunctioning printers? Oh my good lord!
So what the problem I had was my Z sensor had failed. I had this inductive sensor that was kind of a crap sensor. I'd paid like $7 instead of 14 for it, and I suffered for it. So on Saturday, it was printing just fine. About Saturday noon, the sensor decided that it was going to sense only at half the distance it was supposed to sense at. So it kept crashing the head into the bed and digging through my build tech sheet. So I figured I'm going to take a break and go wander around and look at things and talk to the Gecko Tech guys. And I said, look, my printer screwed up and it chewed through my Gecko Tech sheet and it sucks. And they said, oh, well, if you put a Gecko Tech sticker on your printer, we'll give you a free sheet as long as you include the failed print and the ruined build tech sheet on your table as well. So that's really dickish, but I'll do it. Ultimately, though, I got the thing fixed and I didn't end up doing that. To be fair, though, they're all very nice guys. It was sort of all in good fun.
They walked when I think it was who was talking with how you get the Gecko's sheet. I was talking with Print and Play because he had the Gecko sheet already on it. It's like, how you liking Gecko Tech? Because I was looking at going with it. It's like, you know what? Out of everything I've used, Gecko Tech seems to work the best so far I've used. I'm like, okay, well, that kind of sold me then. Because I talked to a couple other people that had Gecko Tech, and they said, oh, the stuff is great.
Well, it does seem to function. What annoys me is that no one can tell me why. And
I think it's only because they want to keep that private. I understand.
Can't keep it private. They've patented it. You can look at the patent online and see exactly how it works.
Oh, really? They patented it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course. So the Gecko Tech founder, I guess, patented it and then assigned it to 3M. So we should be seeing all sorts of Gecko Tech licensed material sheets coming out at some point relatively soon. But yeah, the primary license, the primary assignee is 3M. I don't know if he was working for 3M at the time or what, but yes,
that could answer
the patent. It appears to be some kind of a microsuction solution, kind of like those sort of universal phone stands for cars that have the reusable stickum.
We're just doing a long bullcrap session today again.
Hey, Steve Wiley, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, that's my brother.
That's your brother.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey, Mike's brother.
How's it going, man?
There we go. We'll show him this here.
He's not mic'd up, so mic up your brother.
Yeah, he's up in Alaska. Going not to Alaska.
Alaska is nice this time of year here.
And then I printed this on. I show him some prints. I haven't shown him nothing in a while. But, did you get a moose?
What have I done? I have failed.
Moose hunting is very hard from what I hear.
But the question is, did you get a moose?
This is what I get for not referring to the directions.
Yeah, you don't need no stinking directions.
We're men. We don't follow instructions.
Well,
I was on earlier too, Steve.
Until we electrocute ourselves or something like that, Then we follow.
I got past electrocuting myself at like age 7. I did it once, and that was quite enough.
I did it on when I was installing a 110 socket. So yeah.
They ain't that expensive. They're coming down in price every day, you know. But you end up with something crappy. But
You could always pick up an ANET A8. I've been seeing them as low as what?
$99.
Really?
No, I haven't seen that cheap. I've seen them for 110, 120.
I think I paid 160 for mine.
That's a pain in the ass.
But that was in its early incarnation.
Yeah, and then everybody started finding out, things catch on fire, so you got to put in the...
Oh no, I was fully aware that the thing was massively dangerous when I bought it.
Well, I mean, it's not the ANET, it's the Tronxy, but you can get it for $99. That's what Slug got.
Yeah, Tronxy is not a bad printer. It's not a bad ANET AA clone. I heard it's a lot better than normal.
I don't know.
I love how people call it an ANET A8 clone instead of calling it a Prusa clone because it's so much worse than a Prusa clone.
Yeah.
We have chosen to clone the most dangerous printer on the market.
Nah, the Prusa backwards. That's a dangerous one.
Yeah.
That's not good either.
Is a Prusa backwards one?
You have to ask Slug next time.
Last week.
Slug did.
Okay, I'll ask Slug then.
Well, I did it on my live stream.
Yeah.
You watch my live stream or be on my live stream more often. Just messing with you, but
yes, we want more printers to mock. Come on the live stream.
I know. I need to get some money together so I can get a new printer. Oh, you know what? Speaking of money together, I wonder if I sold anything.
Oh,
good thing to look for.
Verkauft. What does
What have you been selling?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
It's just checking my eBay.
That's what I'm doing. Nope.
Active Verkauft. Okay.
You know, I've been in IT for all of my professional life, and I have had an eBay account since probably day 3 of eBay's existence.
Yeah.
But I have yet to sell anything.
Really? Well, where the hell are they?
I don't know.
Yes, I was working on finished the print for my friend. These are the new card cases I've been looking at for getting your business card in. So the idea of it is, it's a slot, pops out. You just put your thumb on it. There's usually a tongue inside. I have to reprint the tongue, but you can pop out your card and just slide it through the hole like that.
You have a spring on the bottom or something
Yeah, it's going to have a tongue that goes inside here in that end, which keeps all the cards lifted up, and it can hold about 10, 15 cards.
That's cool.
So I'll have this with me at Murph, and hopefully we'll have the business cards by then. And then I can just go, yeah, here's my card to the website,
Now the question is, was it your video on this that I was watching or someone else's? I think someone else did the exact same thing. They had a whole bunch of standoffs on theirs, though. It was like more of a heavily mechanical solution.
Yeah, that's the Foundry that has that one.
Yeah.
And I've seen it on Thingiverse, and I was looking at it also, and I was just talking about, different ones I found on Thingiverse.
Yeah.
This is one I did find on Thingiverse, but the original one broke on us when we printed it at IRF. Something happened, and it did a little bit of a layer shift, but it wasn't anything serious. And then when you went to, after using it for a couple hours, the thing actually broke apart into a couple pieces. So,
yeah.
But this has been printed in the PLA ESUN PLA Plus, and I found out something. If I print at temperature at 200 Celsius, nothing higher, this stuff is actually more harder than when I printed at 210, which is a temperature that they recommend to print it at 210 to 240. So
harder or more durable? That's two different.
Harder.
I mean, PLA is. I'm sorry, you said PLA.
PLA Plus.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. It actually is. It's harder, it's a little bit less easy to break. I mean, if
we're
you
still
can see
learning about
that
the PLA
flex,
Plus though, because it is a newer filament.
there is no flex to that.
Well, there's also no standard to what PLA Plus is necessarily. I mean, anyone could call something PLA Plus, and it could have any number of weird additives to it.
Yeah. No small, no nothing. But when I printed at 210, the thing was soft, like you could bend it, but it would also stay in place. But at 200, it's harder than rock. So, yeah.
I've always printed my PLA at a default of 200, just as a starting point for any materials testing that I was doing. But it seems to work generally at that temperature. Quite
yeah,
nicely.
it does. But they recommend at 205 or higher for this to be that durable. I'm like, no, 200 seems to do the job.
You want to see some creepy PLA? Check this stuff out. This is the world's worst filament. Sane Smart silver PLA. And so their recommended temperature for this is 200 to 240.
Yep.
And you can't get this shit to print until you get it to 245.
What?
It's fucking horrible.
185, 195 for me with that's crazy.
It's hilarious. It prints like ABS basically. Is what
Does it smell like ABS?
Colin?
I guess I print all my stuff at 210.
Colin?
Yeah.
You got to go to my channel. You'll find my PayPal address, and you have to send $5 to my PayPal address.
Oh, well, I have to.
F-bomb.
Oh, is that how this works?
Yep.
I see.
F-bomb.
All right.
Yep.
All right, guys, here we go. Can you see it? The hanging of the meat.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the hanging of the meat. Are you kidding? Isn't that worse than the F-bomb? What the hell?
Hey.
Is that moose meat?
Yeah, that's moose meat. My brother just texted me a couple photos.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, you can get some good steaks out of that.
Yeah.
Moose meat is a little bit of acquired taste, but I've had it before.
Well,
I've had moose meat.
that's
I've had
your
deer.
main diet is moose. You know?
Tell them to go after some deer. Deer is nice too. Oh, so
Oh,
good.
yeah. Oh,
Moose
yeah.
Isn't though.
Deer,
Let's
lamb, goat.
let's just say if I had the choice between a moose and a deer, I would choose the moose.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I moose meat a little bit on the chewy side though. I've always found it.
I've had moose before. I've never shot one. I've been to game feeds and stuff where they've had bear, porcupine, river rats, you name it.
I guess this is a bit of a dandy, but if I had a choice between moose and deer, I would just wait and go get lamb.
I turned down
Colin, you mean you'd get a couple of lamb chops, huh?
Yeah, or lamb burgers. I'm a big fan of lamb burgers.
Lamb burgers are nice, yes.
With like tzatziki sauce. How do you pronounce tzatziki?
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki sauce. Oh, yeah, tzatziki. Anyway.
From the Greek.
Yes. The nice Greek lamb burger is always good.
Yeah, I have to say it properly, or else my friends in the Greek community would kill me.
Yeah,
well, it's good to know. That's one of those things I've been mispronouncing for years, and I knew I was mispronouncing it, but I was,
Well, it's funny because I know people on the Danforth, which is basically Greektown here in Toronto, and they're and I used to say Tzatziki, and they're like, no, it's Tzatziki. I'm like, okay, Tzatziki.
Tzatziki.
Yeah. Or else they would kill me. And they say next time I pronounce it wrong, they'll kill me. So I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, alligator's good. Buffalo, snake, I've had all that.
Buffalo's good.
I've had rattlesnake.
Strange cow, I can't.
Strange cow. Is that a breed? Strange cow? Or is that a cow you buy from the UK in the mid-90s?
I hear you can eat ostrich raw. I've never tried it before. Is that true?
I don't know, but I mean, it's supposed to taste like beef.
Yeah.
All
Well,
I
that's
know
what I'm asking.
But if you want it to
Thanks.
taste like beef, why don't you eat freaking beef?
Anybody ever had rattlesnake?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
haven't done rattlesnake yet.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken, right?
Depends how you cook it.
Yeah. I remember one day on the weekend I was over at a good friend and his mother, she was chopping up some long thin meat. She was chopping it into pieces and then she was cooking it with a couple of spices and everything. And we were sitting there eating, it really tasted like chicken.
Oh, Steve, so I forgot.
But after we were done eating, I asked her what that was, and she told me what it was, and I almost puked right on her table.
Oh man, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But anyways, we got home one day and Schmitty was like, "Yeah, the snake got out." So snake was gone for a day or two, and we came home from karate one night, and there's a freaking snake going across the gravel driveway.
Nice.
Yeah, so we found the snake again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there.
There's another benefit in getting moose, other than being awesome meat. We are probably going to end up with close to 1,100 pounds of processed meat off of this one moose. Wow.
Well, that's you need to shoot a few deer to hit that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. No, I've had different types of meat. No, moose is good. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind moose. I just find last time I had moose, it was a little bit fatty. Just saying.
Yeah.
Might have been the bad cut I got. Who knows? I always go to this one, but this one place in Toronto which sells all that type of meat is getting nothing but bad protest. And the guy's like going, "Listen, I have a farm where I farm the deer and I farm these animals so we can kill them. They're killed humanely." And it's like all these food activists are going, "Oh, you shouldn't kill for me for food to eat." I'm like, "Oh my good Lord, people, relax."
As a teenager, I was once at a slaughterhouse.
Yeah,
When-
I agree with Tuckerman.
When I was standing there, seeing how the cows or the steer or whatever it was back then, going down this gateway, stopping at one point, and that guy was standing there with a 22 caliber rifle, and then bang.
Yep. Everything I've ever shot, I ate. So I ate or somebody ate. But yeah, I've been to meet the slaughterhouse. We used to do chickens out at the farm. You'd do 300 chickens in a day.
I can beat this story.
Talk about that, man. Oh, that's a nasty, stinky mess, that is. You smell like wet feathers for a week.
So when I was growing up, we had a tiny little farm that was more for amusement than for production, but sort of like what a hippie would acquire, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we had goats, and we were members of called the New England Dairy Farmers Association, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. They would have livestock shows and so on. And as a little kid in this, with a family in this group, they would dress me up in a little white pants and a little white button down shirt, and I would march around a little ring with with a baby goat on a lead, and we'd pose them just like you do for a dog show. You pose them and have you train them to stand there in the pose and all this good shit. Anyway, so I've still got a couple of ribbons from that, but I had a very interesting education as a kid because, a year and a half after I would take a goat to the show and do that, and you raise them, and of course you had to dehorn them. That was an interesting process. We don't need to go into that, but it involves a blowtorch basically.
Yeah.
But then we'd go to the slaughterhouse, and then we would get our meat all packaged up in little, white paper, and my mother would write the name of the goat on the packaging.
Uh-huh.
So for years we had steaks that were labeled, brownie, or Susie or whatever it was.
Uh-oh.
So it made for an interesting approach to being a carnivore.
Ron, I have to agree with you.
What's
There's
that?
Nothing better than hunting with bow and arrow.
Yep.
That's what I did in my teenage years. And
It's a challenge.
I got my first deer with a bow and arrow.
There's a spearhead I have for a bow and arrow. It's basically it's an arrowhead that's all hollow, and what it does, it has teeth marks that go in and out. And what that is for killing bear.
Is that different than your typical broadhead arrow?
Yeah, because this arrow is meant to go through bone and pierce.
Huh.
It sticks in there. It's like a saw almost.
The challenge is to know where the heart is.
That's the thing. And this actual arrow is meant for, because if you shoot it at a deer, it just shreds right through a deer. It'll shred through a deer. And that's why it's meant to go into a bear, because it's meant to kill a bear. It can go through a skull. It'll go through through a rib cage and hit a heart if you're going for the heart.
Yeah.
So like I've done hunting around, like I've hunted rabbits for sport, and then I knew a butcher that would buy them off of me. So it was more like, okay, well, if I'm going to go hunting with my bow and arrow, then I can sell the meat to this butcher, which I know really well, who says he has Italian families. He sends the heads off to get checked first, make sure there's there's no type of weird ass stuff with them. And he said, I'll pay you X amount of money for the rabbits, because like I wanted to go hunting for the first time, and guys, like, I don't like hunting for sport. I want to hunt for the fun of it, but I want the meat to go somewhere. And it's like, I know a butcher. Talked to the butcher. The butcher said, yeah, I'll buy your kills off of you. I charge X amount of money. I'm like, that's fair enough. As long as I'm killing and it's going somewhere, that's all I care about, because I wasn't going to kill just for the sport. Well, I kill for the sport. I won't eat it. Let's put it that way. But I know someone that wants it. Yeah.
And I'd sell them to a restaurant and stuff. I had hundreds of rabbits, and the way how the law is in the States, or at least in Wisconsin, it's really weird. I couldn't sell him a carcass. I had to sell him a rabbit and then charge him for butchering it. I had to sell him a live rabbit and then butcher it for him.
Oh, geez. No, I went hunting with a few friends, pulled out a bow and arrow and shot about 3 rabbits. And we hauled them all back to the butcher. The guy's like, yeah, I'll buy them off you. How much you want? He's like, I'll pay you, like I think it was like $25 a rabbit. I'm like, okay, that sounds fair. So I gave him the 3 rabbits and, made $75. And, I did it like once or twice, and that was about it. I just wanted to do it to see what it's all about.
Well, we coon hunted too, so we'd take all the pelts into the the tanner and get paid for the pelts. Then we'd eat all the meat that we didn't sell.
Yeah.
But hell, I was getting checks when I was younger, man. I had nothing to make $500 in a night.
Well, it's not too bad. Yeah, because what I used to do is I used to sell it to the butcher, then he would just take the because he would take the actual fur and make some money off of it from the rabbits. But it was more of yeah, you know what? I don't mind, $75 a rabbit head. I have no problem with that. Give it to him, and he just sell it. He was like, yep, I'll chop this up. I know the Italian families will buy it, and I know that the furs, I can sell it. So yeah, I'll make some more money off of this. But he's like, it's nothing for me to do that. So it's like, okay, well, Dave, if you want to do that, I'm more willing to hunt it. If you want to pay me the money to go do it, he's like, yeah, sure. So I made some money. But
back in my teenage years, me and a couple of buddies, we hopped on our motorcycles. We had our tents, our sleeping bags, and everything we needed to cook with. And I had my bow and arrow and fishing gear. The other guys had their fishing gear, And we always went out every weekend during the summer, down to the river, Palo Verde River. We'd camp there. The guys with the fishing rods, they'd go and try and catch a trout or a bass or a big mouth bass, whatever came out, you know. And I went over it and started looking for 1 or 2 jackrabbits. And most of the time I had luck, and they had so good be no luck.
Hey, bro, go down in the description down there and click on that Discord link down there, and I'll get you into Discord. We hang out there and chat freaking all night long. Discord's really cool. It was originally designed kind of for video games, but we use it for this. Also.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Who's that, Mike?
My brother, I was telling that too.
Ah, cool.
Oh, those are just regular arrowheads. No, I'm looking for the arrowheads.
Well, guys, I think it is 11 o'clock, and I do believe I'm going to call it.
Oh, we're ending it today? Oh,
Well, if you're
Yeah,
going to call
11
it,
o'clock. That's good. I got stuff I got to do, and I got to get stuff ready. We got to go look at that duplex in Edgerton tonight.
well, if you're going to call it, I guess it's worth pointing out, I managed to get now back to the same state we were in 3 days ago. I now have a mounted Pinda probe, sort of.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, maybe tomorrow you can get it put on with
Yeah, we'll see.
Don's stream. Don't forget, tomorrow Don's going to do a live stream.
Yep.
yep.
And then Friday, I'll be on again.
Same time as always.
Yep. So I want to thank everybody for coming. And
if anybody is new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. Also click that bell so that you'll be notified. Go over to my channel, do the same, please.
do it to everybody's channel that's up here, Collins and Ron.
Oh yeah, Colin
Get everybody.
Colin and Ron, both of them need a little bit of love.
Yeah.
thanks for joining, guys.
Yep.
See you, everyone.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.